Here we are. Are you excited? I know I'm excited. Super excited because we have two creative ladies with me right here to talk. And they're right here and they're socially distanced, sanitized, masks on. We're good, we're safe, we're abiding by all the COVID protocols. But we're still going to have a ball of a time. So let me tell you who they are. And we are going to be talking to Shamara Spencer. She's a choreographer. She's also a creative director, performer, movement director. Maybe she can teach us a few moves before the end of the discussion. She released the Hot Gal Summer Dance Project, if you didn't know, okay, in September of this year. She's also an accounts executive with a bachelor's in finance and, economics. For the University of South Florida, right? Competed with VYB Dance Company and Relentless Dance Troupe in Florida. She has danced choreographed for Sean Paul, Afro B, Her, Protege, Coffee, Butcher, Banter, and Jada Kingdom, Savannah. She danced Holy for good people, and we're very happy to have her. Hi, Shamara. Good to see you. And it's a dancer segment, so we have another dancer with us. Ladies and gentlemen, she is super versatile. She is Kimiko Miller. She's a dancer, choreographer, a graduate of the Edna Manley College of School of Dance she went to, right? She did a performance and choreography, leading dance and culture ambassador for Jamaica. She has toured Europe, North America, Asia, Australia, and Russia, conducting dance workshops. She also lectures and she performs live on stage. She is featured in the Netflix docuseries entitled Move, episode 4. Make sure you watch it, highlighting her life as a dancer in the dancehall culture of Jamaica. And she runs her own dance studio and mini boutique. So if you want anything, contact Kimiko. Okay, good. Hi, ladies.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
It's
Thank
good
you.
to see you guys physically in person.
Right.
Good to see
Feels
you.
good, right?
It does feel good.
And I'm hoping that before the end of this discussion, I will learn something about dancing and maybe I can dance a few things as well. Can you teach me something?
Have to,
Yeah,
have
man.
to.
Okay, good. Awesome. Ladies, let me tell you. I went into a full detail just now of all your accomplishments, but I don't think I can really adequately cover who you are. So for the persons who are watching, and we have persons from Brazil and the Cayman Islands, all over the Caribbean as well, who are watching and tuned in, can you go into some details about you and your journey as a creative?
You go first.
Shamara, you can go first.
All righty. My journey as a creative was extremely fun. I feel as though I never saw it coming as something professional. I started out just having fun as a dancer, just creating on my own, joining different dance teams. I was always in a performing arts group growing up, but it's when I returned to Jamaica in 2018 that I truly looked at it as a professional career. My journey actually started by meeting this young lady beside me.
Oh, she's actually
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know that.
The first thing I did when I came back to Jamaica was I said I need to network, I need to meet other dancers, and I need to meet other choreographers. So I definitely reached out to Kimiko to take a class at her studio, Versatile Studios. And from there, I feel like Kimiko just looked at me and she decided to pay it forward by helping me. Anything that was up, she was like, them love fresh new dancers. I'm going to recommend you, and she would recommend me for jobs. And after that, she introduced me to other dancers. I met other dancers on my own as well, but I really do feel like networking was something that truly helped me as a creative. And I just want to thank you again.
Oh,
You're welcome.
No, listen, I am loving this because as creatives, it is important for us to give our flowers, right? So those who are deserving. And Kimiko, we've seen you all over the place. I mean, you've really represented well for brand Jamaica, locally and internationally. And I mean, you've managed to maintain the same humble, authentic energy, regardless of, the doors that you've walked into. How has it been for you?
Wow, there's so much to say. Let me choose the most important part, but it has been a blessing. I had a few hiccups. It has been very challenging, but worthwhile. I'm truly grateful and blessed, and I always put God at the forefront of everything that I do. I always loved dancing from a tender age, and Anytime I hear music, I always walk up myself, wind up myself. If I go walking on the street and there's a little concert, you know, when you walk through Alfred Cheer, so them have a little concert I go on, my mother would have send me up and say, go on and dance, and I would always win. So I always had a love for dancing from I was small. And I went when I was going to high school. I was thinking, what do I want to do with myself? What I want to be? Maybe a marine biologist, or because I like history, I like exploring and stuff like that. But it came down to me choosing to become a dancer.
Yeah.
I was a part of the Ashe Academy. Joe Robinson was the director at the time, and he said, you should go do dancing at Edna Manley. I will write you a reference to go to Edna Manley. I'm like, okay, let me try it. My mother wasn't a fan because she said, you can't do nothing by being a dancer. She want to be a nurse or a doctor. All of that is explained in the documentary as well. But it was rough, and I felt that I had to prove it to society and to my mom that you can't build a career out of dancing. You use up your cognitive thinking. You can't help make a difference with the youths and stuff.
Yes.
So I was pressured to do that. And going to Edna Manley, you know that our pop culture dancehall, it wasn't a part of the curriculum. And I was like, no, but dancehall is a big part of our culture. Why are you not teaching this in school? So I made it a point of duty to go to the street parties in the night. So I go class in the day, do my ballet, my jazz, my Afro dance, African dance. And the night, I go party. I go Bembe, Dirty Fridays, everywhere. That was my school for Jamaica dancehall. And then after graduating, you know, usually the typical dancers will go to a Alvin Ailey or a Garth Fagan theater company overseas. I didn't feel like doing that. I wanted to indulge in my Jamaican culture and show them that there's positivity that you can find from it, and we should embrace it more. There's ways that we can embrace it that is satisfying for both kids and adults and older people. So that I took on that responsibility in showing them that, hey, we can do something with dancehall, not with it not being provocative or people look on it in a negative way, because our own people in Jamaica look on it, look down on it. So I wanted to change that perspective, and I think I have done exceptionally well with that. You know? Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps because just hearing that story, and you've managed to kind of really dissect it so well in terms of how you've delivered you know, what you've seen and what is true, because you know, sometimes how we've managed to set up our spaces that recognize culture, it's not necessarily the best, you know, example of what is real. You know what I mean? And so I'm very happy that we would have taken the stance that we have to integrate the culture of our people, the grassroots people, the dancehall, and explaining their stories and their lives and expressing themselves with their bodies and not being ashamed of it at all. You know, so I love that. And ladies, you see, COVID-19 for us, the creative industry, I think we're one of the hardest hit industries.
Yes, definitely.
You know, and dance hall, we rely heavily on the space itself, not just the body and the music, but the space of dance hall to be able to connect with each other. It's really, it requires physical connection.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Liquid for 6.
Yeah. How have you managed to kind of pivot in a time like this?
It's rough enough, but we've been using the online platform Zoom to conduct classes. I remember when the pandemic just hit, I said I was going to do a free class on Instagram, and on that day I received over 3,000 persons pass through my Instagram live to just do some free dancehall class. And I said, okay, let me do it again and try to make some cash out of it just to help sustain myself. And it was good. It's been going great. But to tell the truth, Debbie, I don't like it. I don't like the online thing. I can't interact with my students. I can't touch your body and say, this is how you should move. And everything is off beat because the timing, you know, when I'm doing it, when I play the music, them not deep on the same timing because of the music, the difficulties, you know, so I don't like it at all, to tell the truth.
I don't think I like it very much either, but what I can say, the positive thing that I got from all of this is that it was a great opportunity for growth. I learned so much about myself and so much about how I can alter the way that I teach so that people who are, you know, spread across the world can still understand me, even without them like interacting. And because sometimes you have to like turn off their tell them to mute their mics on Zoom. I had to like tell them that, okay, when you want me to do something over, you say from the top, you do this. If you want to say one more time, you go like this. Like, you just have to find different creative. It's a great way for creatives to grow as a creative, because you definitely have to, just alter it and just adjust to whatever is happening in the world.
Definitely adjust.
Yeah. Because I mean, even though yes, it's not the ideal lists way of connecting.
Can't feel the
but
energy.
the truth is that I mean, you would have managed to meet more people, and you would have gotten to interact with people farther than just this region
Yes,
alone.
Persons across the world. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, I think as well. While there were minuses, there were some plus
Yes.
as well. Yeah. Shamar, you just did an all female project.
Yes.
And you involved Kimiko as well in that.
Always, of course.
Yes. Tell us about it.
Okay, Hot Girl was a project that I wanted to do so that I could show that female dancers in Jamaica are multifaceted. We're not just dancers who you can book for us to be video vixens. A lot of times I feel like dancehall shines that light only on the dancers out here, and they're confused. A lot of people are now thinking that that's all that we can do. No, we're ballet dancers. Kimiko says she do jazz, we do hip hop, we do African, we do everything. So I wanted to shine a different light on female dancers in Jamaica so that people can understand that we are so much more talented than they know.
Yeah.
And that you can book us for like anything at all and we can master it and kill it.
You
And
don't have to bring foreign dancers.
yeah, don't have to
come
bring
the
foreign dancers to
dancehall.
come out here. The choreographers are here, the dancers are here, the stylists are here. And although you are seeing all females on screen, I also tried to ensure that majority of the people working behind the scenes were females as well.
Yeah.
So
And-
it was very important for me to have that.
Yeah. Kimiko, what was your experience like being a part of the project?
I loved it. I'm always rooting for female power, by the way, because we also did a project downtown with
Yeah, we're gonna get into
21
that. We're gonna get into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm always rooting for female power because I know a lot of the females are segregated in the dancehall industry, by the way, just to try to see who is the best dancer to prove a point. But the thing is that we have so much lovely dancers. There should be times where we can come together to unite and show that big energy, that big. So I'm always grateful when if I'm on a project like this. It showed us up as female to show our power, versatility, to show the difference that we can work together and bring forth something extremely, amazing. So I was grateful to be a part of this project.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very happy you mentioned that about working together collectively, because if you want to go farther, you need to go together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it's still a very niche market. For us, it's big because we see it every day, but it's still a very niche market. And so if we really want to make bigger impacts, we have to make sure that we do it collectively, and everybody have come with their own strengths, and we kind of maximize on that as a group. So you guys have worked down here before. I heard that you've danced in front of the murals here, and let's talk about how important it is for us to shine a light on downtown Kingston and possibilities that you may envision that can happen here.
I definitely think downtown is one of the most culturally, it's just so full of culture down here, and you start to see more people coming down here to do videos and stuff. But I want to see bigger projects. I do believe that we can do bigger projects with a bigger team, bigger equipment outside of corporate. A lot of corporate companies will come down here for their commercials and stuff like that. But I would love to see dancers come down here and show the more street style, street aspect of it in a larger capacity.
Yeah.
I do believe that that can happen, and I hope I'm a part of it when it does.
While growing up, I was living with my uncle one time, and he's a manager for a group called 4th Street Sisters at the time. And he told me amazing stories about downtown back in the days. Downtown did have a hype. And I just know it was the place to be, downtown Kingston. Yeah. So I heard all those stories and I'm like, whoa, I wish that can come back, can, rejuvenate. And since that they're setting up the place with the murals and everything, is there, that beautifying project is totally awesome for downtown. I have done a couple projects downtown as well. They have stage shows. I don't remember who put it on a couple years ago. Guineas put on activities as well. So I think they can bring more cultural activities downtown. One of the ideas that I see that I know that could work downtown, I know you guys had a art walk some time ago, but I think it can be even bigger. Like I remember going to Disney and walking into Disney, along Disney, and everywhere you go, they have something. They have the music, they have dancing, they have art going on, and I think that they can have an idea like that for down this area where you have a section where you walk, like you're walking for 2 hours, and everywhere you go, there is something grabbing your eyes. Yeah, some activities going
I love
related
the
to the
sound of
arts.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be amazing.
And
use
the
up the
incorporation
mural.
of the technologies, with the augmented reality, you use your phone to just hold it up to a piece of art and see it kind of come to life with some dancing.
That's
and
amazing.
I like
Yes,
that.
that's nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Ladies, I mean, there are several organizations out there, some of them joining us today, who are big on helping us to take our culture further, right? And farther. Are there organizations that you personally would like to work with, or individuals that you would like to work with?
There's so many. There's so
Take your time.
many.
Don't all just don't start all at once. Yeah.
You can go ahead, G.
Like if we would like to work with any organization, I would like to work with Kingston Creative. I've never worked with.
Well, you're working with us now, but I mean,
I mean, on projects,
Yeah.
physical projects. I'm definitely here. I can make you be aware of the Dance Association of Jamaica Dancehall Association that we have created.
Nice.
Yeah, Shamara is a
We're
part
a
of it.
part of
Okay.
We do have an association for Jamaican dancers, so we start initiating that movement too. So we can always incorporate that. I like to work with Pepsi, Pepsi Jamaica, Red Bull Jamaica.
Yeah,
you
so the
know?
corporate companies and the beverage companies, right?
I've always wanted to work with Red Stripe.
Okay.
That's a big dream of mine. I think it's going to happen. I'm speaking this into being.
I think so too. Okay. What is, let me hear your vision for your field of dance. Ultimately, where would you like to see it?
I would love, and this is what I live by, and this is my driving force every day. I have a little niece who one day looked at me and I asked her, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And she pointed at me, and it almost brought me to tears. She genuinely wants to dance, and she can really dance. I want to see a better industry and a more structured industry so that when my niece grows up and wants to be a dancer, she does not have to go through the struggles that I've been through. So our payment, sometimes there are some really good jobs that will get really good pay, but I do believe that the price floor in our industry is extremely low and it needs to be increased. I do want dancers to be able to understand how to price themselves so that when I price myself appropriately, it doesn't seem like I'm overcharging because you have people who are charging extremely low. I do believe that even like dancers providing riders, like we're artists as well. So when I go somewhere, you should have like Gatorade. Water does not provide me with any substance to help to give me energy to dance for you an entire day. Not sand and rice is not going to help me dance, it's going to slow me down. So there's a lot more structure that I do believe needs to be in the industry for the advancement of the industry so that little girls and little boys who want to become dancers, their parents can look at them and say, yeah man, this is something that can sustain you for life and this will be good and you'll be treated appropriately. I do not feel like we're treated fairly and I just want to see better for that. And whatever I can do, I know that there has been a shift and there has been change and there are people who are helping and who are pushing for that agenda. I just want to see it on a larger scale and I want a new industry standard for everything that is related to dancers.
Yeah. Beautifully said. Kimiko.
Definitely what Inspire said. Everything what Inspire
What she said.
Yeah, what she said. But and also what I want to add to that, I would love if the government could step in some more when it comes on to the arts. I don't think it's being embraced and being supported as much as they could. You know, like when the government give away awards for that time when they give away different awards. And Cool Ravers got the award for best dance move for the time for Fling. And we see the government that do Fling. I felt so good. I get goosebumps. I'm like, wow, we never seen that before. So I would love if Minister Babsy Gaines could just step in some more and do some more activities or so when it comes on to dancers and the dancers being paid and not asking to do a favor, being paid for, because it is our career. So we should be
duly compensated.
Yeah. But I wish the government can bring forth dancing some more in a positive way and build more activities where we can participate in.
Beautifully said, ladies. I mean, we could go into so much more, but the time won't allow us. Please tell us how we can find you online.
You can find me at Hey It's Inspire on all social media platforms. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well.
You can find me at KimikoVersatile.official on Instagram and Kimiko Versatile on YouTube and so forth.
Yeah, well, it was my pleasure speaking with you, ladies. I was going to ask you to show me some upper body movements for like when you have Zoom, but it's all right. Give me like a one quick one. Ready? One quick one. Oh.
And then you're going to use your hands now. Okay, we're going to add to that. So okay. 1, 2, 3. You want to go 1, 2, 3, then to frame it.
I can do that. Yeah. Okay. Ready?
5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3.
Hey, all right. Thank you, ladies. Shamara Spencer and Kimiko Miller. Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you. Beautifully said. Oh my gosh, I have to give a round of applause. Love it so much. Wow, incredible, right? I don't know about you, but I wish, we could just break out in that session of dancing. Maybe next year we can do that. We'll see it happen for sure.